Hi, and welcome back to my report on travertine. This is part 2. So, here we go. Everything I'm about to go over is written in the report. So, if you want, you can grab the report and read it along with me. But, first thing first, travertine has been used as a building material for centuries. It was used in the construction of buildings in Rome, such as the Colosseum, shown here, and Michelangelo's sculptures. Along with other stones, travertine has been a popular choice for tile flooring. This is a picture of Europe's longest castle. It's about 1,000 years old and is built mainly out of travertine. I've never gone or seen it in person, but I heard it's pretty amazing. So, travertine is a type of limestone composed of material called calcium carbonate, which is produced from deposits built up over time from rivers, springs, and other water sources. So this is travertine in its early formation. Travertine is limestone that has been altered by nature. Limestone that lays deep in the earth and absorbs water from underground pools. After being heated by the earth's core, the water rises in hot springs or geysers, with the limestone dissolved, bringing it to the surface. After years of cooling, mud beds consisting of limestone and other materials crystallize into travertine. So you can see that the picture on the left is a travertine formation. The red color has to do with the iron compound in it. And the second picture, which is on the right, is a limestone wall. The variations of color and the vein-like features in travertine are the result of other minerals mixed in with the limestone as it was cooling. Just like we showed in the last picture before that, because of the iron compound and mixing with the travertine, it causes it to look red. The method of measurement. Travertine is measured by the square foot. So it is available in all kinds of sizes, ranging from small mosaics to tiles and slabs, and you can see pictures of those. Most tiles come in 18 by 18 inches, but they can also come in 12 by 12 inches, 16 by 16, 24 by 24, and 36 by 36. Next, we're going to go over the advantages of using travertine. Some of the advantages would be the varying degrees of colors and patterns. This gives it a unique look and a timeless appearance. It's very dense and it's a sturdy natural stone, giving it a long life cycle. This display of veins. It can be used for various things such as flooring, backsplashes, countertops, and it can be repolished after it's been scratched. So that's really nice. It's great to use for the flooring because its visual texture conceals dirt and much better than most stones. There are some disadvantages, and some of the disadvantages for using travertine is it has to be sealed multiple times. Some cuts displayed veins that aren't wanted. There's a higher installation cost than ceramic tile. Travertine has a limited chemical and stain resistance, and the product received doesn't always look like the sample. And lastly, travertine has pores, which makes it unsuitable for outdoors and freezing climates, such as Rexburg, Idaho. This is because water can get into the cracks, freeze, and cause the stone to crack. So if you were to use travertine in Idaho, it would have to be indoors only. Next is the specification. And this is a picture of the specification checklist, which you can find in our textbook on page 253. But just to give you a general idea, part 1 of the specification is the general specifications. This is the work included, the quality standards, the product delivery, the storage, and the handling. Then part 2 has to do with the material. And then part 3 is the execution. This includes the installation process, the sealing, protection, and final cleaning. Next, we're going to go over the dues, the maintenance dues for travertine. So you can find this in the report. But travertine needs to be sealed annually You have to blot up spills immediately. Travertine is much more sensitive to acidic substances like wine, coffee, fruit juices, tomato sauces, sodas, toiletry products, and cleaning products. Those products and acidic substances dull the polish, the shine, or the satin surface. When you're cleaning the surface, all you need is just to use a soft sponge or cloth. The only cleaning agents you should ever use on a regular basis is a formulated stone cleaner. Stone Tech is a type of stone cleaner that is highly recommended. Buff travertine with a cotton cloth and use mild soap occasionally 3 to 4 times a year for cleaning travertine. This soap doesn't harm the stone, but with consistent use, it could dull the surface. Coasters, as shown in the picture, under all glasses, bottles, and cans. You should anyway, but bottles, cans, and glasses, even water, can leave a ring on the surface of the travertine. Use a tray for the toiletry products in the bathroom. A decorative tray can look very nice, and it protects the surface from the damaging chemicals contained in many toiletry products. Next is dust to mop your travertine floor tile regularly. Use a clean, dry, non-treated dust mop. Be careful using a vacuum cleaner. Worn parts or grit jammed by the wheels may scratch the surface. Also, mop regularly using a specialized stone cleaner. And that is if you have travertine on the floor. And if you do have travertine on the floor, use doormats inside and out, along with runners and area rugs. Grit, dirt, and sand carried in by our shoes. The grit, dirt, and sand carried in by our shoes are abrasive and will wear and scratch the travertine floor tile. Next, the maintenance don'ts. So, real quick, bear with me. The don'ts are, don't use generic store-bought cleaning products of any kind. It's just not good. The cleaning travertine with store-bought products that contain acids, alkalis, and other chemicals can damage the countertop surface or degrade the sealant, leaving the stone more vulnerable to staining. Next, don't ever use vinegar, ammonia, lemon, or orange for cleaning travertine. All you need is a sponge and hot water daily, and you can use a stone cleaner once every week. Don't use bathroom tub, tile, or grout cleaners, as shown in the picture. The powders and even the soft creams will scratch and dull the surface. Don't sit or stand on your countertops. Unlike laminate countertops, travertine counters are not flexible. Too much weight in one spot could cause it to crack. And second, place toiletry products directly on your counter surfaces. Don't place toiletry products directly on your counter surfaces. Hair products, toothpaste, perfumes, colognes, nail products, and etc. may strain or damage the surface or etch the polish, leaving a ring. Protect your countertops and place these items on a decorative tray, just like they do in hotels. So, you're almost done, but pricing variation. So, until recently, stone was a material used for primarily high-end commercial and residential products only. With the advances in technology and greater supply to meet the demand, natural stone has become affordable to most homeowners. So, on average, travertine tiles can range from $2 to $9 per square foot, and from $20 to $40 per square foot for slabs. Slabs are more expensive because they're thicker and the cost of fabrication is more. It is also, the most important is to know that travertine is sold in lots, which means that you might not be able to find a matching one if you need a replacement later on. So, it's best to calculate how much travertine you need and then add an additional 10%. And even if you don't use it, then you can always save it for later in case there's a crack. You can replace the travertine without having to either replace the entire floor or leaving it. So, this is a list of the causes for price variation. The different reasons would be the supplier, the finishes supplied, filled or unfilled, and we'll go over that. size, thickness, where it came from, the number of cutouts, and the choice of edge profile. This is a list of some of the major suppliers of travertine. We have Idaho Travertine Corporation. I didn't know they had one in Idaho, but they do. There's Marble Master, Stone Design. So look over those, become familiar with them. These are their logos. So that's how you remember suppliers best, is by their logo. So hopefully that helps you. Next, we're going to go over the varieties of product. So you can see in the corner that is a picture of tumbled and unfilled travertine. So travertine that's unfilled means, well, travertine naturally has occurring holes, so when it's unfilled, they don't fill the holes up. But you can buy travertine where the naturally occurring holes are filled with the mixture of a hardener and dust obtained from the cutting and honing process. You can buy travertine where it's polished, and during the production, they do it similar to a diamond, like a jeweler does it to a diamond. The result is a smooth surface, allowing light to reflect in and out of the stone in a parallel way. This gives it a visible sheen, and it gives the appearance of depth to the travertine. And you can also buy travertine honed, and honed is a smooth, it's not reflected, so unlike polished, and it is achieved by grinding the grinding surface. Next is a saw cut. The untreated surface of the stone where it is first cut, the surface is slightly rough, and this is great to be used for ADA considerations, like we talked about in the vocabulary. These words can be found in the vocabulary. And then another variety of the product is tumbled, my favorite, and it's ancient stones. It gives it that antique look. It's achieved by a round corner and edges. So that's it for travertine. Here's a couple of pictures. Travertine can be used for all kinds of different products. It's a beautiful stone, highly recommended, very little maintenance as possible, and it can last for a lifetime. So here it is. Go over the report. Make sure you understand it. Read it. They have a small little PowerPoint on the installation process. I'm just introducing the video so you have an idea of what the guy is talking about. So there you go. Thanks for listening, and go get yourself a drink of water, and I'll see you back.